Thanks so much for joining us here on Atlanta News First Plus. I'm Joy Limnacker, and just want to share with you some of the top stories that we are following right now. And if you just see on our website, atlantanewsfirst.com, this is one of the top stories there as well, which is that one person was killed in a crash at Chamblee Tucker Rd and Stantondale Drive in DeKalb. It's a multi-vehicle crash scene. It is under investigation right now. Officials say that apparently one car overturned. Really is triggering all of this, and one person has died as a result. Drivers should take alternate routes to avoid delays as the investigation is ongoing. There were road closures there earlier this morning. We're working to find out through authorities there, if that area, if the roads in that area are going to remain closed, but you are encouraged to take other routes if you want to just avoid delays regardless of all that, and just give them some space as they conduct their investigation as well. Another story that we are following as well this morning. So, pardon me, I'm just trying to resolve a graphic issue here. So I apologize, I'm not getting the graphics up that I prepared for these stories, but let me just kind of tell you what's going on with these at the very least. A man is now out of the hospital after being shot in the back right now, but this is really an incident that has a lot of impact because it caused a crash that led to power outages for several homes in southwest Atlanta. Police have cleared out. The car has been towed away, but Georgia Power is still busy at work trying to get those 26 individuals without electricity, their power back. That's what they've been doing for a lot of this morning. But you can see in this video that there was a car that flipped over during all this. Police telling us that the call came in for a wreck and possible shooting around 1 o'clock this morning. They say a man driving was shot in the back and he hit a utility pole, eventually flipping his car into a yard. Atlanta News First did speak with neighbors who tried to help him, and they say that the injuries were severe.
There was a young man lying out near the end of the yard, injured, neighbors everywhere. It was just chaos. You're just wondering, what happened, who is it, what can I do?
Absolutely. So a lot of questions there. From neighbors and so forth, as you can see, caused quite a disruption in that area as well. Also want to let you know about this story that we're following. I apologize, I'm just having a little bit of technical problem today. A woman has died after a fight escalated into a shooting inside of a home in Lawrenceville. This happened last night on Spanish Moss Court. Gwinnett County Police saying that both women live inside the house. They are related to each other. They say the woman accused of shooting the victim was still at home when officers arrived. Police say she is now in custody, and that is now under investigation. Now I want to take you to this story out of Clayton County. So if you live or work in Clayton County, you should be boiling your water. There is a boil water advisory now in effect. The City of Morrow Fire Department sent us images, as you can see, showing some major flooding. This is along Morrow Road in Forest Park. And this all comes after a Georgia Power contractor apparently hit a water main while drilling in this area. So officials are collecting some water samples for testing. But again, if you are in that area, you are advised to boil your water. Officials estimate the advisory to end at 11:45 tonight, but in the meantime, you do want to continue on boiling your water just to make sure that it's safe for drinking as well. Okay, now I want to turn over to a look at the forecast. We've got the 7-day forecast pulled up, but my colleague, meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi, has been tracking the latest, and she's still preparing some graphics and so forth, but showing you a live look outside. It's really a beautiful day out there. But is this going to continue? Well, that's the big question. So if you just look at this forecast that she's prepared, you can see it looks like very sunny out there, but I'm going to hand it over to Courtney for a look at what is in store. looks like it's not too hot this week, and clear.
Yeah, overall, it's going to be a really nice day today. Hopefully, you've enjoyed the past few days because we have some changes on the horizon, everybody, when it comes to that humidity. So you might have stepped out this morning, especially you, Joy, where you live north of the city. It probably felt pretty comfortable this morning as you stepped out, but that will change in the coming days. Summer in Georgia is going to summer, everybody. It's going to feel pretty hot out there and humid, of course. That's what makes it feel that much worse, right? I am First Alert Meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi. Hopefully you've enjoyed your Wednesday so far. Let's get into the forecast, shall we? Today we are going to see mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. Temperatures will gradually warm into the upper 80s and low 90s. So by 1 o'clock we'll be in the upper 80 range, and then by 5, that's the heat of the day, we'll top out in the low 90s. Completely dry today, but notice the wind direction, southwest. So here in the state of Georgia, the wind direction is extremely important because we have the Atlantic Ocean out to our east, and we have the Gulf of Mexico, even though it seems far, but it's still to our south, so we do still get influenced by that. So when our wind starts to come out of a southerly flow like that, or a southerly direction, whether it's south or southwest, that starts to pull in more moisture from the Gulf. So that will help promote a few extra clouds today, and that's ultimately going to help ramp our humidity right back up. So here's a look at our muggy meter. Notice Thursday all the way into next week, we're staying well into that humid and oppressive zone, so expect those dew points to soar again tomorrow. That will, one, help increase a few more clouds, but also promote some shower and storm chances as we head into the week. A lot of our shower and storm activity will be diurnally driven, which is heat of the day. But we also have kind of one extra factor. There's going to be a ridge of high pressure out to our west. We've talked about this a lot so far this year. That ridge, if it was parked over us, would make us extremely hot. We're talking triple-digit heat. That's what they're experiencing out in Texas, parts of New Mexico. But thankfully, that is not the case for us. But what that is going to do is we're going to be on kind of the periphery of this ridge, and that's going to almost act as a steering current for our storms to roll into North Georgia. So our flow in the upper levels will come more so out of the west-northwest, and that's going to help steer thunderstorm complexes into our forecast. So not only will we be watching the diurnal heat of the day showers and storms, we'll be watching those clusters of storms that are a little more organized to come riding along this ridge. We've seen those back out in parts of Arkansas this morning, in Louisiana. Sometimes those can become severe with gusty wind and heavy rain, so we'll be watching it. Those are too hard to pinpoint several days out, so we'll be watching that as we go through the week and kind of watch for trends and whatnot. Let's talk about some changes. Tomorrow morning, maybe a stray shower. I do think for the most part will be dry tomorrow morning. And then as we head into the afternoon and evening, we'll watch for maybe a few scattered showers and thunderstorms to start firing up. Some could carry heavy rain, maybe some gustier wind, and also, of course, some lightning. So if thunder starts rumbling in your area, just make your way inside. Don't be hanging out by the pool. Bring your outside activities in until the storms can kind of pass on by. Storm chances do go up Friday and Saturday, and then they start to diminish again by the start of next week. It does look like right now that Tuesday is completely dry, so it'll be a really nice start to next week once we get rid of the unsettled weekend. Now, don't go changing your weekend plans or anything. Don't go canceling them, but we will be watching for at least a slightly increased coverage of showers and storms, especially for the afternoon hours. So here's a look at Atlanta's most accurate 7-day forecast. Low 90s today and tomorrow, but tomorrow we introduce the chance for spotty storms, and then as we head into the weekend, we'll increase that coverage of showers and storms just slightly. That will keep temperatures generally in the upper 80s. I will say, keep in mind, it's going to feel more like the triple digits the next couple of days, so it'll be more that upper 90s to triple digit feel starting tomorrow all the way through the start of next week. It does look like we'll be mostly sunny and dry by Tuesday. We'll keep our fingers crossed that sticks. So that's what we got right now, but of course, that could change. We'll be watching your forecast every day of the week very carefully. Thanks so much for spending some time with us, everyone. Enjoy the beautiful sunshine that's out there today in the warmer and slightly more comfortable air. I've been saying through the morning, don't get me wrong, it's not going to feel like fall out there, but it's at least a little more comfortable than what we've typically been feeling the past couple of weeks. Again, thank you for spending some of your Wednesday with us, and we'll catch you here next time.